Let's go. Hello. Hey, what's up? Remember me? Yeah, I can't spit in my. I'll do one spit for you. I have a heart there. This is um Shadow Black style. Actually, everything just got in my face. I'm here. I'm back. Remember me. Remember me. Yeah, I don't know how to do this, peoples. It's been a very long time. When I say I'm back, what I'm saying is, Daywalk, what's up? What's up? How are you? What I'm saying is that I haven't really sat behind a computer. Definitely not broadcasting to mobile, the stream team. Yes, that's what I mean. So yeah, we have a lot of catching up to do. If you got any questions, please dump them in the chat. I will be as long-winded as I need to be. Not too long ago, I was sitting around. This was not really planned. I think last night, I was sitting. First of all, can you hear me clearly? Let's start there, because I don't have any special mic or anything. It's just a webcam mic, but I do have a new light. I have a light. All right, let me make sure I'm not getting behind in the chat. All right, well, shout out. So Katie made it in here first, and then we got Shadow Black. I gotta get some claps. We're gonna work on getting some claps. Katie and Shadow Black and Daywalk came in. Thank you so much. Appreciate you guys. Like the stream. You guys know how you know how it is. You can hear me well, cool. So I guess one of the challenges for myself, Katie, is to not overthink this, right? And it felt normal. If those of you guys haven't seen me the past couple days, if you caught a stream or maybe you caught a replay, I did take a trip to Maine, so I was on vacation, and I'm back now. And 2 days ago, maybe it was yesterday, I said, because you know how Amazon delivers pretty fast, I said to myself, yo, just stop playing around with those stupid old lights you have. Just go get you a nice light. So I found something real quick, and it came in one day. Carolyn, thank you. Thanks for coming in. I feel like, so when I say remember me, I really mean like I'm back and I'm willing to press buttons and enjoy myself and kind of figure it out and push through. Yeah, not overthink, right? No, I've been in a good not overthink space. I've been finding my own ways to fail. Right now, I'm in the middle of my lawnmower being broken again. So don't trust me. I've had my time to just not overthink it. But my vacation was excellent. Those of you guys who, if you ever have the opportunity to go to Maine, I went to the area where Acadia National Park is, and it was absolutely. In fact, if I didn't do that trip, I don't think I would be on here right now. It was that refreshing. It really just helped to clear me. Not as a common vacation feeling, but definitely there was something about it that was very magical. Got to be high up on the mountain, and at the top of the mountain, so I've been on my stream outside, and I sort of had, you know what? Let me turn this music down for this thing driving me crazy. All right, with the part where it's just me talking, right? Um, I wouldn't say Shadow Black. I wouldn't say it was life changing. I would say that there was definitely it was like finding a missing chapter. That's what it was like. It was like finding a missing chapter to like a book and you didn't know that the chapter existed. That's kind of what it felt like. All right, did I do that right? Okay. Nope. Okay. Cool. So so what's been going on with you guys? Throw something in the chat. I want to know, make sure everybody oh, so you did. I forgot I was telling that story about the keys and yeah. So from that moment on, everything with the trip went like excellent. Um, like I said, we ended up when we went on this mountain. I'll get into day two. When we went on, I don't know for whatever reason, I got people are welcoming me back because I got a lot of the views. I don't know what that is, but thanks everybody. Appreciate you. And the kids did, Carol and the kids did survive the vacation. It was an awesome one for them. Part, um, it was part, it was part educational. That wasn't intentional on my part, but my wife was very into uh, just if it's hard to go somewhere like a national park and not see a landmark or sign of this and what this means and what that means. So that was really, that was really what it was. I didn't know. I figured I was just going to Maine and I was just getting away. But some factoids, we were able to what's called Cadillac Mountain. So I'm gonna try to give you guys because I would go back to Maine, by the way. The trip was that good. Thank you so much, Shadow Black, for welcoming me back. But I would go to Maine again. Um, the area, I don't know everything about it, but I'll give you what I understood. So we went up Cadillac Mountain. There's this whole like loop that you could get, you put your car in, and there's so many sights to see, and it's the highest point in the eastern seaboard. So we went to the top of the mountain. You drive. Let me just be honest with you guys. You drive to the top of the mountain, and when you get up there, then you can get out your car and you could kind of walk. And then the mountaintop was kind of flat. It was all these different summits, and I think we were about 1,500 feet in the air, which is not that high above sea level, which is not that high. But when I show you guys the views, um, I didn't have anything loaded here. Maybe I could probably rig that up real quick. But the views were so awesome, and it was actually kind of scary because it felt so it was so flat that the kids start venturing, and I'm not talking about like a small area. I'm talking about like think of football field size, but being up really high. So you're like you're up where the clouds are, damn near, and you're seeing out, and you should just see ocean and mountains. Um, so that was really cool. And then there was another trip that we took that was really cool. We went to this island, and I'm just going through some quick factoids. You would need a scooter. No, 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 no. When I say flat, Shadow Black, I don't mean flat like that kind of flat. You you will need a parachute if you're gonna have a scooter. That was funny though. So yeah, so then what was I gonna say? Oh, so we took this you know, you do like excursions. By the way, do you guys like the colors going on? That was like a random setup today. Just figured I'll just put a couple things together and, you know, do something a little different. Uh Again, not playing. So um we took a boat. It was sort of like a, what are you saying? Oh, never mind with the scooter. It was like a sort of, you know, like a, it wasn't like a speedboat or anything. It was like a tourism type of boat. And we went to this island. It took about 35 to 40 minutes to get to this island. And the whole time while we're in the water, it's fog. And even the tour guide was struggling because um everything yeah, I'm gonna pull up some images actually. So because of the fog you couldn't see all the different islands. There was like 1,000 islands or whatever. I forgot how many they said. Small little islands. So while we're in the water, going from summer, which obviously is turning into fall. But there, because we were so close to the ocean, the water was freaking cold. Like you can feel everything was cold. The fog was there, so you had no vision. So I got my Titanic experience. This so here I am thinking about there's no way that anyone on this little Titanic boat, this ride with me, there's no one that's gonna survive this. Like I remember hearing, you know, just like when you get on the airplane, and I remember hearing, "Here's where the life jackets are." I remember that. You know, I was all game for that, right? Here's where the life jackets are. Do you have any video? I do. Um, give me a 1 second with that, cause Google is I have not synced my data in a long time. But it was just such a crazy feeling to be on the water, and just feeling like if something went wrong, I'm gonna freeze in that. Even if I had a life jacket, I'm gonna freeze in that water. Like there's not a chance that I'm not freezing in that water. I'm freezing in that water. Okay, I do got some nice videos. Let me just press back up now, and then I could show you guys some of these photos. But it was super scary. Nah, I don't know, Shadow Black. I don't know about that. I don't know. I've been very weird about like it's just like thinking about how I was before and wanting to find content, you know, to put up, because I do believe in putting up content. I think it's fun. I do enjoy it, but I'm still like I actually am getting more comfortable and closer to just saying having a real reason of why I do it. And why, you know, why I don't do it. But yeah, no, okay, so I got those pictures. I'm gonna have to go and sign into my Google so you could see. I want to show one picture from the top of the mountain. I did take a good amount of pictures. I usually don't take a ton of pictures, but this was amazing. So tell me what you guys have going on. Anybody doing anything? I noticed the season's about to change, the school year's about to start. Um, let me make sure. That I gotta make sure who's in the picture, who's not in the picture before I get in trouble. Y'all ain't about to get me in trouble. My first day back, I'm about to not be able to be back. Okay. Yeah, sorry, I don't want to lose my steam, but yeah, no, I got okay. I got some good ones. Okay, okay. Thanks, Shadow Black, for getting me to deviate. Anyway, trip was awesome. Not Katie says working, not right now. You know, Katie, that was really hard to go back to work. It was, and it still is extremely hard because I'm the type of person when I go on vacation, I embrace the vacation. I embrace it to the point where it's like, if I go to another country, I'm, you know what? Maybe I don't have to come back. You know, maybe I always question that. Maybe I don't have to come back, but I did come back, and yeah, it was really hard. And Shadow Black is teasing me, of course, because he thinks that my life is fun. I could tell you it is fun. Sometimes it's fun, sometimes it's not fun. What are the other things that I have going on? I have I just got I rescued some ducks and some chickens, and right now I am realizing that I am not a duck person. Okay. Okay. Let me see, cause I gotta. Ooh, look at me, having some windows set up. So let me see, cause I just put all these screens together. I did have a window share, so let me just go in the right direction. All right, let's let it. It'll probably just.
Climb the mountain.
I didn't know that was the one I was gonna share. But do you guys see that? All right, let me take my big head off the screen, and I'll just let that thing buffer. All right, big head off the screen. Okay. So, do you see? He got the stinky face on. Let me see if I could. Let me see. Yep, that's my son. Yep, that's my son. Um, Will Smith. So look at the background, guys. Look at I don't have like a cursor where I could point, but look at the background. I'm gonna play it a couple times so you can get a sense for. We're on top of the mountain at this point.
I climbed the mountain.
Okay, I was just. That's just.
I climbed the mountain.
Okay, I'm tired of saying I climbed the mountain. Alright, let's see what we got up next. Okay, that's just. Oh, that's my mama. That wasn't. Okay. So this is the next shot is me being this is the boat that we're on, and essentially every time we pulled up to some sort of attraction, um, there was nothing else around, right? No, what's up, man? You can come sit with me. I made my camera small, so you ain't gonna get it.
What's that?
This is from one of those things that stick to you outside. These are
Oh, the thing?
yeah. I got some company here.
What are you doing?
I was just showing them a video from the
You
trip.
took a video?
I took a bunch of videos. Let's see if we could get you in here real quick so you could say hi to everybody. No? No? Okay. He says no. He's just gonna lurk you right here.
It's okay.
Alright, so I just let that thing buffer a little bit, but it's on the way. Oh, she's back to okay. Well, he's been if you guys haven't caught a stream with him, we had a few pretty good streams. Some of my most successful streams, actually.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking to them, so you can't talk to me so that I can talk to you. Thank you. Okay. Get the camera off. Okay. I don't know why this is taking so long to buffer. I think this is when there was like a little mountain. I mean, excuse me, a little
Seal.
yeah, those are seals.
So that's the
Very good, good day, good day. There's some in the water.
As you can see in the end of this video, it's very obvious that it's like the trip was not just, oh, go see some seals. There's an American flag planted in a structure of bricks, stones that are stacked up in the middle of an island that is next to the ocean. So it's like all.
I'm sure it's called Egg Rock.
What was it called, babe?
I think it's called Egg Rock.
Egg Rock Monument.
I think so.
Okay, so that might be called Egg Rock Monument. Let's give that some legs here. Monument, maybe? Nope, that didn't come up, babe. That must be an insider. So what I got to learn and discover was that there's a lot of these points in the ocean because of the high tide and the low tide. So somebody was smart enough to continue to just stick stuff up above so
Do you
that
think on high tide it would get all the way up to
yes,
here?
that's what they said. So on
only
high,
the American flag sticks up?
yes. So on high tide, only the American flag would be above water. So that would help the boats to at least discover and navigate. So it was a lot of like navigation information. Did I go the right way? So this is just a picture of when we made it to the island after let me see how many pictures. Okay, I'll show that one too. We made it to the island and they were just skipping rocks. Now let me tell you about this island we were on. We got to learn that there's only 5 kids in a school district from grades K to 8. And there's 5 kids. And the island we went to, only 70 people occupy. And
No, there was 5 kids in the entirety of the 2 islands.
yeah, it's 5 kids in the whole school district, which is
Which
multiple
is 5
islands.
islands.
Yes. So sorry, I'm getting corrected, but even though my information's correct, so I don't know if you just call that super correction, but that's what's going on in here. Because I keep hearing voices and I have faces behind me, so there are some intrigue. There's definitely some intrigue. So there were 5 kids in the school district. That district is made up of 5 islands, and the schools that the kids have to travel to is not on the islands that they live on. So those kids have to be boated, or whatever the correct term is, going over the water every day, and every 2 years the school that they go to switches.
2 years?
Yeah, every other year the junior high school building switches to a different island.
Wait, it's junior high school? Wait, what grade?
Junior high school.
I got too many voices. I'm a focus on this.
But they have the option to go to from 5th grade. They have the option to go to the main island for school.
Just keep the stress down. So yeah, the island had. I'm a thing. What's up, man? The island had 70 people that
Wait,
occupied
wasn't
it.
that the person on this screen?
Yes. 70 people that occupied the island, and it, that picture that I was just showing was us, just being on the shore of that island. I wouldn't say it was deserted. I did go in. I purchased a mug. I was very intrigued by this boat making club, this nonprofit, where they teach children how to make boats. I'm very interested in making boats. I probably never expressed this, but it was a super awesome time being around yachts. And I learned something. I want to talk to you guys about this. So first, before we get into that, I did have a stream yesterday, very brief, where I sorry, one more picture. Nope. So this is sort of like a courtyard. It's a tea house that we're at, and one of the nicer, I shouldn't say nicer. This is Jordan Pond, and it's just like mountains. Where's your souvenir? I don't believe in souvenirs, man. You need to take your behind to Maine. I will tell you where to go, or we could go meet up there. And they had these things. I think they were called popovers. It was like something that was specific. It was like some bread, we love our bread. It was good. It was with like I had mine with like strawberry jam and butter. We also got some lobster, and I got to buy the most expensive sandwich that I've ever purchased in my life. And I not only got to buy it for me, but I got to buy it for my children. I would like for you guys, we're going to get at least 2 people in the chat just to put a number in the chat. I'm talking about a lobster sandwich, and I'm not talking about anything that's bigger than this. And yes, they do have a boat for your size, so please stop that. Please. So I had a lobster sandwich. If you guys have eaten lobster, or have traveled to some coastal place that lobster was there, can you just dump in the chat? Give me a guess on how much you think I paid, because at no point in my life would I have ever thought that I would spend the amount of money for this sandwich. Okay, let's get one person in the chat. One person, one person. I ain't paying no $73. How much is your most expensive sandwich, Shadow Black? Or anyone else in the chat? What have you paid for a sandwich? To give you a little hint, it's about half the way there. Oh, well, it's more than half of the way there. $45. Thank you, Katie. $45. So I don't know if my mom is gonna be mad at me because I wasn't raised like that. $151. What did you get for that? Please, we're intrigued. What did you get for $151? So it's day 2 of the trip, I believe. It might be the first full day. And we do, you know what, I might have to ask one of them. Hey guys, Avery.
Yes.
When did we go into the town? Was it the first day or the second day? When we got the lobster?
What? What you say?
It was the second day we got the lobster? Yeah, I believe it was the second. Okay, so on the second day of the trip, we, you know, a lot of places that have tourism, they have nice towns with shops. This one was really nice. I liked it better than Cape Cod. It was nice. And, you know, it was the common stuff you get. A lot of overpriced tourists to attract tourists to pay the good money to get a taste of wherever. So where it made. And we don't know what to eat. And I'm at this point, I'm not convinced that I wasn't aware of any prices, but I wasn't convinced that my children would be interested. Why would they be interested in lobster, right? So you're right on the sea. It just smells, you know, when you're on the sea and it just smells like seawater. What kind of sandwich was that, Shadow Black? We're very interested. We might have to do a quintessential grilled cheese. Please let me know more because I want to look this up. I am not paying that price, but I will watch you pay it. I didn't know you were a grilled cheese fan. Oh my God. This is just let's just ride out with Shadow Black here. Okay. Oh, this doesn't look good. Let me see if I can make that look a little bit better. Oh, ooh. Okay. You guys are just gonna have to trust me. Browser window. Okay. The world's most expensive commercially available sandwich priced at $214. Wow. Nah, you got me beat, brother. You got Katie. I ain't charging that for my grilled cheese. So I don't know. I don't know what he got going on there. I do not know what he got going on there. All right, so it was a $45 sandwich, and I had, you know, the family was there, so we got a few of them. And I just figured since we weren't eating out for all the other meals, it wouldn't hurt. It wouldn't be a big deal. So I thought the kids I didn't think they would like it. So I was like, let me buy it. This is like If you guys don't know, this is how dads. This is dad logic. Unc and dad logic. Katie, I feel you. I feel you. And I was there too. Every time I go to eat, I'm trying to figure out how do I negotiate so that the price is like within reason, you know, getting the real value for it. I'm all there with you. But for whatever reason, I felt we did a really good job to bring food with us. We had a kitchen. There was, you know, my wife was doing a lot of the cooking. We had a lot of meals that was solved. So I figured, okay, a little, I don't know if you know the term, like splurge and save. This was like a splurge. And you probably talking about the grilled cheese, and I done went on a tangent. So I figured it was like a splurge. So we, you know, we get it, and I think to myself, they're not gonna eat it. So I'm gonna be able to get the extra. So I'm gonna win either way. Yeah. They ate it. And they loved it. And I got to realize that I wasn't feeling like buying anymore. Cause they don't understand the value of money. I wouldn't think growing up that I would have ever had a sandwich that was worth $10. Like that sounds like a lot of money. But yeah, that's what it was. All right, so where I was gonna go, let me see if I could update this, but I did want to get a read on those of you who are hanging out. The stream team for sure. I wanted to get a read on how you guys were doing when it comes to what's going on in Nepal and Tibet, and if everybody was doing okay, and if you know, I don't know how much content people watch, but that can be a little overwhelming sometimes. And just to talk a little bit about a lot of the chaos that's been going on. The two things to note, I've spoken a little bit on the Gary, Indiana situation with the power outages and people not getting power back and pretty much being in a dire survival situation. You mix that with people who are just living their normal lives, and then you get like a freaking mudslide and follow that up with floods, and just seeing if you guys seen the coverage and if everybody's okay, because that's a tough one. That's a tough one to deal with. It's hard. It makes me think that when we can do better, speaking to the Gary, when we can do better, we have to figure out how to do better as people, and really, I don't know how we continue to have state borders and country borders. It's like at the end of the day, how do we get to a place where all people are just taken care of and protected? And maybe it doesn't sound realistic, but I think this is one of these situations where you just wish that you could help, and you know, you kind of feel powerless to the situation. But they want to bring it up. It's something I've been thinking about a lot, and my take on the Gary, Indiana, just to be very specific about that topic. I was talking about it on stream yesterday. The stream didn't go well. It wasn't. I don't think there was anyone in there at a point, and I did leave it up as unlisted. But I think when you want to get something out, like I could come on here and have fun and just be, you know, just goofy or chill, whatever, and that's okay. And I may have a good amount of people in here, or enough people that works for that moment. But it really bothers me when I want to connect to people and tell them, not that my take is of the most importance, but it's very therapeutic for me to echo and kind of get it, just get a read and touch base on, this two-way street. So I just I think what I was talking about yesterday was the timing of being prepared. Thank you, Katie, for watching the replay. And I won't be long-winded because it was really, I don't, when I think about these things, I do spend a lot of time when I'm doing my activities. I do spend a lot of time connecting dots. I guess that's a easy way to put it. I think that I draw conclusions that a lot of people don't see, have yet to discover, and it's a constant thing. Like today's conclusion was, I was watching what's the name of that channel? It's a very popular channel, something about a CEO. Is it Diary of a CEO? Yeah, the Diary of a CEO. And I don't watch that channel often, but I do find that if I do watch it, I subscribe to the channel, but if I do watch it, I will watch the whole interview. So there's probably 2 or 3 channels where that's the case. The Real Organic Project and the Diary of a CEO, because the information, you can't compete with the amount of, let me just pull that up so you guys are aware of what I'm talking about. It's undeniable the level of like information. Diary of a CEO. And I'll show you the video that I was watching because it came up. So AI is all a scam. So this is the video I was watching, and this is the channel. Just to be respectful of somebody's content. So I drew a conclusion today that a lot of what the guy was saying about AI being a scam, it connected a lot of dots for me, and I wholeheartedly believe what he was saying. To be brief, it's a great video to watch if you guys had some time. But to be brief, what they're saying is very similar to like the farming industry, where the industry is being subsidized, and that's the only way money is really being made. In this case, a lot of these AI tools, our usage is being subsidized. So we aren't, if you are paying, you're not actually paying the real cost of AI and all of the architecture, all of the data centers underneath the hood. It actually costs them more, and that's where all the funding money is going. And the guy was going through all these examples. He was basically just throwing AI out and putting it in the dumpster and saying, you basically shouldn't use it for almost anything. And I heard pain, I heard passion. He isn't a person that shouldn't be talking about it because he has 15 years of experience in IT. But he did leave the room. He left not the room. He left the door open. He left the door open for what could actually make the technology solve. He said a breakthrough in hardware and electronics, like energy. And to be honest with you, we have some of the smartest people that we've ever had working to make this thing work. So if it's not working right now, it's probably not going to work, right? So he's kind of right about this breakthrough. And then I thought about Avatar. And the reason why, and I'm literally, there was no like ad for Avatar. Something clicked. What up, Nate? Something clicked, and it was the fact that in Avatar they were harvesting the stuff that was under the mother tree, right? I do remember you, Nate. The stuff that was under the remember me? I'm Darnell. The stuff that was under the mother tree, they were harvesting, and there was all this investment that went into it, and all of this pretty much was to salvage and to rescue something that's on Earth. So here we have years of someone claiming that we're going to Mars and that we're going to terraform Mars. And I'm sorry, my screen is so tiny now. I'm back to mobile. So here we have, I feel like I got short arms now. Here we have, we're going to Mars, right? There, people are taking tourism trips to outer space, and Mars is realistic. Let's just act like it. And at the same time, we have a breakthrough that needs to occur where the only thing that limits AI to be what they want it to be is we don't have the infrastructure, we don't have the data centers, we don't have the GPUs, we don't have, because in order to do so and have that, we have to be very disruptive to people. We have to not care about people. So if you have someone trying to go to Mars, what if they're really trying to do these things so that they can harvest what they need to have an energy breakthrough? And therefore, everything they want to do with AI is possible, right? So that's how I work. And no one set me off there. What you got, Nate? You got a joke for me? Can you see my trademark? I'll let the watermelon thing go. But it's just the Can you see? I don't have a Draymond Green haircut. You're funny, man. That's funny. I like that. But yeah, so let's go back to the somber note. I was at Gary, Indiana, and it really bothers me to see people waiting in line. It really bothers me to see people, the difference between them living a livelihood. Their livelihood is in jeopardy, right? And you see people old and young, and everyone is in line. Everyone needs water. They need food. And for the life of me, I just couldn't imagine in 2026 that we would continue to see this repeated scene. You go for your joke. I don't know if you're gonna read it, and I got my mods is here ready. They are. I see Blue all in the chat. They are ready, and I might just make Carolyn a mod just so we can get you, Nate. So do what you gotta do, but you're treading. It's a thin line between being blocked and being timed out. So in 2026, we continue to see this site around the world and in this country. And you know what? Let's be fair now. Let's move in a direction. Let's move in a direction where we shouldn't feel like, oh, well, because we're America, this shouldn't happen here. I'm more so saying this shouldn't happen anywhere. Um, I don't know what are you trying to say, brother. Kens. What you on? What you on, Nate? What you on, my man? That's my Chris Rock. What you want, my man? So it doesn't make sense to me that as a community we're not preparing ourselves like for years. Thank you, Katie, that you get it. For years, doomsday preppers have been around, and feel what you feel about them. I don't, Nate, light up the chat, man. I'm trying to stay on the thought. Light it up, man. Get mad at me. I read it again. I just ain't it. I can't like when I get on Make the Pick. What's up, man? What's up, man? Everybody, shout out to Make the Pick in the chat. Like the stream if you haven't. I ain't got no promises, but I would say that I think I'm back. I think right before the stream I was thinking about that, just being refreshed and starting over and accomplishing what I set out to accomplish, since I don't feel like I accomplished what I needed to, without pressure, just continuing and not being timid about moving on. So I didn't see any of you guys I didn't see any of you guys put anything in the chat about what's going on in Nepal. And that's fine. I just want to make sure that what I'm talking about resonates with you guys, or we're kind of sharing information. So you don't know what I'm saying? All right, what do you want to know, Nate? Nate, you got like are you doing speech to text? Well, I had asked the chat at some point if how they were doing about the Nepal scenario, and if they were overwhelmed by the media. And you don't watch any news, Katie? You might want to. I wouldn't. I was gonna show it. I couldn't do that to you. That would hurt. But let's just say huge mudslide. You cool, Nate? All right, Nate. Let's just say there's a huge mudslide, and I totally think they're gonna not tell you the numbers or devastation of the amount of people, but I think that it's a lot more than what it is. And on the other hand, Katie, there's the people in Gary, Indiana. There was a massive power outage due to a storm, I believe, and they haven't had power for more than 2 weeks. So they not only haven't had power, they weren't on the list. They're in like the poverty, the left behind group, and for what this had to go all the way up to the governor. It hasn't been a national story. I feel like there's a bunch of there's a bunch of national stories. I wouldn't say I watch news, but I would say I am aware of popular news stories. I watch this channel, Democracy Now, um, and just my YouTube feed is usually giving me some sort of like world news. So that's kind of how I'm aware of it. But anytime there's like chaos where people are in a needy situation, yeah, I'm trying not to look at that chat. I don't know what's going on. Make the pick. You still out there, man? You should check out this. You should check out this. AI is all a scam. Interview on the Diary of a CEO. You'll be a primary target for that. Nate, keep going in the chat, man. Get these chat interactions. Get those numbers up, man. Make sure you like the stream as well. Okay, so let me just close out with the whole Gary thing. I just feel like it's a timing thing where we need to be more proactive. I think some of us should not necessarily turn into what we call preppers, but just have more information, more knowledge. Like there's kind of an information war that's at play, where you have had access to all the information you need for a very long time, but you don't do anything about it until it's like too late. It's too late. And I really just feel like, why would you, and we're all guilty of it, right? Like I remember when, let's say you go to the doctor and you get you're in the pre-diabetic. Well, that's, it's, now you're going to do the diet. Because your A1C, because you went to the doctor, right? So now you're gonna do the diet. Yeah, Katie, in that interview, they talked about how one of the biggest issues with AI is that we're being forced to use it. So when you say you're seeing it more at work, you don't even have an option. You don't have a choice as to how to use or when to use AI. You're just being told. And then he actually mentioned something that I've gone through, and I've mentioned this before. I know Mick the Pick is aware of this because we've had this discussion. Why don't you ask me a question, Nate? Why don't you ask me a genuine question? Because I'm starting to get worried about you, brother. Yeah, Katie. So it spoke about I'm trying to, yeah, I know I said something about AI. And so it's for stories. So the guy mentioned how if you say out loud that you're not willing to use AI or you have a disagreement about it, you're going to get in trouble for it. You're going to be looked at. You're going to be shamed in a way. So I remember there was a moment today at work, and my coworker keeps complaining that he doesn't have like he doesn't have the greatest AI tool that, because he's kind of handing off a lot of his skill set, or he's acknowledging that he doesn't have the skill set, so he needs it as a tool to move, with him. And he says it out loud, and then he says, I don't know, Darnell, you're kind of quiet. And the thing was, I was quiet because the only thing that I was gonna say was, you guys are looking at this wrong. You don't need AI for that. But I feel like if you say that out loud, you're gonna be shamed for it. Something bad is gonna happen. Like you might be written up because you're not willing to be. If they deem, thanks Shadow Black, if they deem AI to be um efficient, then you're inefficient if you don't want to use it. So it's just being forced on us. And then the other thing is, he said that imagine that people are, if you already have the answer, I may be masking my answer and telling people that I used AI to arrive at my answer only because people want to hear that AI, that you used it. And I've gone through that. I've had to mask. So I hear something, I know the answer to it. I present the answer, but it's me. It's not good enough. And I go to AI, and then I get the AI aligns with me, and then I present it. And the only time I really have success is when I present the AI, not when I present me. So for me, there's like just a lack of trust. Yeah, I mean that's a good use case, and that's not. At some point, Katie, what they're gonna do is they're gonna classify how you're using it as not like super AI, right? You just for it to construct context and write language, and that's not really the heart. It doesn't need strong thinking power to do that. So Nate, I want a question. Nate, you're not being fair to me in a way. In another way, you are, because you are spamming my chat. But yeah, I think we got to be better about that. There was something else I wanted to talk about. Yeah, well, you guys, take care of yourself. I recently had a friend who passed away. I was telling you guys, so no, it's all good, Nate. Just ask me a question. Ask me. I'm trying to get used to this again. Very odd that I have an extremely high number of views, like the total views. I'm like, I'm not used to seeing that number. People need to improve not being racist, actually. Well, what do you mean by that? People need to stop being racist. Sure. I don't know if that's possible though. I don't know if that, to me, that is and I also don't know. And look, guys, I used to stray away from stuff like this, but because Nate brought it up. Nate's obviously a young boy. He said people from different cultures need to come together again. I think coming together is just having respect for each other and each other's space. It's not realistic to think that we're all gonna come together and that we're all gonna understand one another, but we all could have respect for one another's space. That's possible, and we need to give some grace and not be afraid to communicate, so to be vulnerable with one another. So, and again, I don't think that that's realistic either, because I'll give an example, and I don't know if this has been studied or if this is just something folklore that I kind of have. No, Katie, I'm with you. I talk to whomever about whatever. But the concept of racism is more of it's infrastructure. It's it's a structural dynamic. It's not about like the individual person, because to truly um be racist, in my opinion and the opinions that I share with a lot of people that I know, is you have to have the ability to hold someone back. You have to have a structure in which you could prevent someone from doing something, or you could keep someone boxed in, right? So it's truly being able to oppress somebody. If you can't oppress somebody, I don't know if I would classify that as racist. So that's why there's always a lot of weight put on those who are in charge, um, being most times, white males, because of the fact that there is a dynamic of where they can structurally impose their will on different groups of people, just because of the power dynamic, because we believe in the power dynamic. You could blow up the chat. I just want to, let's have a conversation. What do you? So I'll ask you guys, since you brought up the racism and people putting out their flags out here. What do you think is the if you had your way and you wanted to cure racism, so to speak, what is one thing that you would do to cure racism? Can you do a joke? I don't have, I think joking for me is hard. You could joke, but I think joking for me is hard when I'm not hearing of someone's voice, at least, or interfacing with somebody. I still find this to be very artificial, like chatting with, reading the chat and speaking it. There's artificial as far as communication wise. It's hard. That's why I'm always like drawing from the chat, trying to get more. Topics are cool though, Nate. I know you're a little on the young side. I would say I don't think you're in my target audience as far as when I used to come on stream, and probably what I'm gonna be doing. You're more than welcome to hang out. I will hope to bring some context that you can benefit from, but I think I like information, right? So if you want somebody who's gonna do stand-up comedy, it's not me. I hear you. Let's see. When I was 9, all right, guys. Since we're here for Nate, give me a memory of being 9 years old. Yo, buddy. Trying to see. Okay, 9. Okay, so that's 4th grade. Let's get a 9-year-old memory. Shadow Black, you hanging out still? You got a 9-year-old memory? Did I say 4th grade? You like stand-up comedy? Yeah, I'm not 3rd grade. Okay. I'm not well, I have a really good, in fact, you might like this 3rd grade one. Mummy roller skating. Shadow Black, the problem with the stand-up is that I like stand-up, but I don't have any legs.
Oh, I said 9 years old, so you're 11. 9 minus 11.
Yeah, I mean, so 3rd grade, Miss Viola Miss Viola she was nice to me. This is at PS 85 in the Bronx, New York, on Marion Avenue. Shadow Black, did I got that right? And I had my cousin was in the same class as me, Javelle. And we raised our hands. He needed to go to the bathroom, and then I needed to go to the bathroom, and the teacher said no. I believe we asked again. You know, I'm pretty sure we were polite children. And she said no again. I still have a visual of inside the classroom of the feeling of what I ended up doing thereafter. So what would you do? You got to use the bathroom. Like we're going back to where teachers were like wardens. You know, they had command. They didn't need to go to the principal. They could shut it down right there. I don't think the way they hired teachers back in the days had anything to do with whether or not they could academically teach you at 9 years old. I think that it was more about command of a classroom. Like developing kids, catching a kid, making the bad kids good and the good kids bad. It was like Shadow Black says, third grade I cut school and stood right outside the front of my school. Ooh, it was a bad one, man. Third grade. I didn't cut until fifth. Mr. Henley, yeah, I was about to say it too. Why are you at school? So me and my cousin, let me finish it up. So me and my cousin, we asked to use the bathroom. Teacher said no, Miss Viola. And we just peed in front of the class. We did a bad job of it because all I remember is us having to go to the Lost and Found to wear some change our clothes. So I remember going home in some corduroy pants. You get bullied at your school. Why you get bullied, man? Why is that? And how do you deal with being bullied? What is you're self-identifying that you're being bullied? How do you deal with that? Yo, bro, look how many views. That's crazy, right? That's crazy.
Is that your highest view?
That's the highest ever.
What's second place?
Somewhere in the fives. What's up, man?
Did the gold talks do better?
The what?
You remember? Girl talks? Or no, what's that? Cindy Morgan came with.
Oh, the girl talk. No.
You didn't do better?
No, it didn't do better. So yeah.
I thought they got 200 views.
So I got to wear some corduroys on the way home. I had to clean up a little bit. My cousin too had to clean up a little bit. That was third grade for me. Yeah, that was fun time. Fun time. Shadow Black, if you don't mind me asking, why did you cut school in the third grade? Why were you interested in cutting school? Let me know if you got the multi-phone thing going on, cause you could call in, brother. We could hash this out. We can make these views go up. We can make these views go up. It's almost midnight Eastern time. So we're gonna wind the show down if not. I have a show that I started watching Oh, you mean I I I think you're talking about my son. Yeah, but why? What do you do when you're getting bullied? Like, what is your response to that? And what type of bullying are we dealing with? Oh, are you on social media, Nate? Do you um do you use social media? Check on dude. I want to see. I want to tell you guys the show that I started. I think it's The Outer Banks on Netflix. Oh, your older brother was doing so you wanted to be like him. How much older is your older brother, Shadow Black? I was having a conversation with Cliff not too long ago. A really awesome conversation, actually. It was about how when you are young, teenagers or younger, how you look up to people who are like a year or two older than you, and it's probably one of the most dangerous things that you can do, right? So let's get real. I'll try to keep it as clean as I can, but I think the first time I was approached to sell something illegal, I was 11 years old and the person was 13. And the real reason why I didn't do it is because I did not feel like I was crafty enough to bring in that into my house. So outside of my house, I was willing to be whatever I needed to be at that age. I understood that was going to be okay, but bringing the illegal activity inside of my house was my issue. It had nothing to do with outside. So there's a weird dynamic, and it stems from being able to look up to somebody who's very close in age to you, or just a bad role model. And I was talking to Cliff about being, oh, he's 10 years older. Wow. Yeah, I mean, that should be okay, right? He should be setting a good example, but I have a similar experience. My older brother is 8 years older, and he I remember being in high school, and Nikki D's, let's clap it up for Nikki D's. She's like, you are here. Remember me, Nikki D's? Remember me? So when I was in Nate, Nikki D's is actually my sister, and she's 4 years older than me. So when I was in high school, my my brother's 8 years older than me, and I was messing up in high school, and my mom, I would say my mom had, I wouldn't call it a technique, but it was like, you're gonna go stay with this person for the weekend, right? So I remember two main houses that would happen to. Like, I don't even know if I consider it a punishment, because it was kind of like an awesome time to get away. Like, when you have your normal situation, especially when you get into trouble, which I'm good at, or I was good at that age. When you leave there, people are gonna treat you nice. They're not really, it's not their problem, right? I remember my uncle Wayne. What do you mean it wasn't one? So I I remember my Uncle Wayne. It was like the best time to go hang out with him. And a lot of the times that I went to his house, he lived downtown on 21st and First. And I just love going down to Lower East Side, and it was just a different environment. And you know, oh, it wasn't a punishment. Well, it was. So you were in college at the time, right? So if I'm, bad report card, or I'm just not listening, I'm feeling myself, it's like, um I don't understand it as a parent now because I don't have children that old, but I remember hearing, like, okay, let me just, this is gonna be the first. So I'm bad, right? I do something bad, something that my parent doesn't like. So this is my parent, right? She calls a ring, 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 ring. Hello, Wayne? You need to come. You need to come get this boy. No, you need to come get this boy right now. No, 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 no. I'll let you know what he did, but he is not allowed to stay here. Friday, you could do it on Friday. Okay, well, you need to come get him because, or I'll send him down. I'll send him with some change and a Metro card. Yeah, but he's not allowed to stay here. Okay. All right, love you. Bye now. so, um, you say, okay, so my sister says it ended up being more of a lesson. It wasn't even a lesson because the thing is, um, it's like the substitute teacher, mentality where you act one way, and then when the sub comes in, it's refreshing because the sub doesn't understand the chaos that you already create, right? It's refreshing not to hear your teacher. So like when parents are always, they have a certain relationship with their children, and they're at them, and then when somebody else comes into the scenario, it just feels better. It feels, refreshing. So but the reason why I got here is because Shadow Black was saying that his brother's 10 years older, and he cut school in the 3rd grade, and he was just trying to follow in his brother's footsteps, right? He's just saying, "Oh, I look up to you." So I was just talking about looking up to people who are close in age to you, and how that's a bad, that could be really bad. I'm talking about the other house I had to go to. Well, I mean, it was never an extended stay, so I would think that the places that I went, if I had to stay there, extended, that would have been the actual punishment. I could stay anywhere for 3 days. Good, driving me up the wall. Okay. So yeah, so I used to when I would go to my brother's house, just making a connection with Shadow Black. My brother was not, I would say at the time, he was not mature enough to understand, even in early 20s, me being, say I was 16, 17 years old, he was not mature enough to understand that he's supposed to be mentoring me, and that I'm not down there so that I could have a party. But it was basically a party. Yeah, my little brother coming in town. Yeah, look at him, look at him. And he would embrace me with all this like love. but then involve me in all the chaos that he has going on, and it was fun for him. And I learned nothing, and it was a break from my normal life. So if anything, it was just like, again, a breath of fresh air. So, but even in playing sports, I'm 16 years old, and I'm looking up to someone who's 18. That person doesn't know much about life at 18, and I'm thinking like, man, I can't wait to be them. It's like, hold on, give it 2 more years, you will be there. Nate, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm not trying to bully you, Nate. I don't know what's going on though. This is a unique experience. Very unique. Well, anybody got a question for me before I get out of here? Anything. I'm here to answer. Like I said, I just started this show on Netflix. It's not a new show, but I think it has a new season coming out called The Outer Banks. My sister probably has watched it because she's good at that. Watched a few episodes yesterday. Really liked it. It's my cup of tea. I appreciate that. Katie. I am rusty. I'm rusty with just understanding the expectation of being here and being on here. I'm not used to having the music in my ear. I'm gonna figure something out though, like just to I put a little bit of pressure on myself. Do I like Draymond Green? Very good question. I don't watch basketball much. My style of play is actually very similar to a Draymond Green, where I have a very high IQ, basketball IQ, and I worry more about the intangibles and other aspects of basketball, not necessarily scoring, but I have a winning style where I'm a very good passer. I have good offensive skills, but primarily the decoy. I'm the setup, understanding how to set things up, and I play very good defense. So I do like Draymond's style of play. I don't really, I don't care for him as in saying, do I like him as a player? There aren't many players I follow now. Maybe Anthony Edwards, few players on the Knicks like Brunson and Hart. Who else? Yeah, there's definitely not. I mean, I like more WNBA players than I do NBA players. She won't go to sleep. I hear you. I hear you. You like his haircut for sure. No, this is just me. This is just a quick job. Let me see. I think Nate. I think I'm older than Draymond Green, and so I would say that I hear you as I like Draymond. Yeah, I'm way older than Draymond Green. I've been cutting my hair like this for a very long time, so it's my haircut. Okay, Nate. I'm not really a Jason Tatum fan. He's skilled. Nothing to take away from him, but the style of play is not. He doesn't do anything without the ball. He doesn't understand the game from that perspective. He's really he needs the ball in his hand, and he's also not a very fast player. He's not going to be able to manage an offense by himself. The Boston teams were loaded. They were pretty much the deepest team in the Eastern Conference for a few years. Definitely when they won a championship, they were super deep. So it makes players like Jason Tatum, it's the cherry on top. Obviously, he's the star of the team, but it's easy to be the star of a team when you have an organization that respectfully have built like a really good lineup. I like Jaylen Brown, but again, Jaylen Brown is similar where I don't see him, you know, the situation that he's in now with I guess Philly, he's gonna excel at not being like a lot of these stars. They can't really take a team that far. They can't. They need like a perfect storm in order for the teams to, you know, do well. So I judge a player how good they are and liking them on the ability to grow a team and make that team better, make that team competitive. So if you need all of these, you know, like when Boston didn't have Tatum, they're not really a competitor. So would I beat him? No, I'm not. I'm not a pro level player. At best, I play Division 3 ball, but at best, I probably would be a Division 2 or low D1 player. But I mean, I'm good. I'm good. I'm alright. I'm alright. I could have been better, but when you are coached, a part of coaching, a part of being coached is sometimes having to play a role, and because when you're recruited to do certain things, you have to fit into the system, and there's only 1 to 2 people who are going to fit into that system to be the green light and to take as many shots as they want. NBA players likely were the green light players. Yeah, I remember you. I am a thing. Oh, you saw me before playing ball, probably. That's what you said. LaMelo Ball. I mean, LaMelo Ball is an exciting story. I think he's a unicorn. I hope he's able to overcome and win something. I still feel I'm still old school when it comes to Minnesota just not being a place. I still think markets matter. I think that front offices matter. Anytime you create these high profile teams with big trades and big offseason moves, you're setting yourself up. Thank you, Timothy. You're setting yourself up for one injury to delay the success of your organization. And if you look at the past few years with Minnesota, I would argue that they're on a decline. And this was a move that they had to make because they're on a decline. You tell them all you want, man. I would play. Don't get me wrong. I would play against anybody. I don't have an issue playing. I just know what the outcome is going to be. Yeah, LaMelo Ball's a unicorn. I think he's the NBA. They don't really understand what they have. He sadly spent too many years in Charlotte. And now we're gonna see, what could have been. I don't know how many years he's been in the league, 4 or 5 or 3. Who knows? It feels like this might be his 5th season. If you could imagine LaMelo Ball playing on a real competitor or a team that's in the mix for his first 4 years, that would have been a sight to see. That would have given him just a stock of value into, because really it's not about the basketball fan, it's the fringe fan that's how you become a household name. It's not the people who like the sport. It's when people who know your name and they don't like the sport, right? It's like Snoop being one of the biggest stars, like that kind of Snoop, Shaq. I guess your name has to start with S, but Snoop and Shaq is like undeniable. We know who you are. Household name. Let's go, Nick says Shadow Black for life. Well, I'm happy. I'm happy we got a championship. What about Kobe? Not the hugest Kobe fan while he was playing. I was never a Jordan fan because I'm a Knicks fan. But yeah, I mean, he's just obviously he's on the short list of greatest of the short list of greatest of all time. If it's not about the Knicks, then it's about nothing. I agree with you, Shadow Black, but I feel like after the parade, and you could correct me if I'm wrong, being in New York as a New Yorker, living in the state, you still live in the state of New York. I felt like the Knicks winning would have to be a New York Knicks summer. I felt like the whole summer would belong to the Knicks, right? And I don't feel like that. I feel like we won. We created chaos. Some people took a breath in and they were like, it actually happened. And then it was back to regular summer conversations about trades, and it just wasn't about, it shifted to baseball a little bit. I thought it was like a New York Knicks summer, like when LeBron won with Cleveland, when LeBron won with Miami. I felt like they kind of owned the summer. So how was the kid and you? My kids are good. There's no M and E. There's a M and me. Yeah. Yeah, you guys, I mean, it's great to like Kobe, but you should not watch Kobe to mimic Kobe. So one of the biggest differences with Kobe and like Jordan is Jordan, he really made his team better, and he exploited like he was able to make players that wouldn't even be they would be at the dark part of the bench for another team, and that player is able to be in Chicago and succeed. I don't really see that with Kobe. And that's nothing against Kobe, but it's just Kobe is a hard shot taker, a bad shot taker. He's kind of the start of some of the bad shot takers where it's like okay because you make them or you have a high percentage, and that kind of changed just basketball at different like levels. In the past, and I'll zoom you up to the present. In the past, taking a bad shot, make or miss, could put you on the bench, right? Definitely as a youth player, someone playing as a kid, AAU, taking a bad shot, because in the past, coaches had more trying to find the right word, but it definitely wasn't a democracy. Coaching was a dictatorship, and you operate how the coach wants to operate. I feel like at every level of basketball, players, it's almost like the relationship with people and government, people and police. It's like we watch all those videos and it's like, you work for me. That's how the relationship with players and coaches are. It's like you wouldn't be here if it weren't for me. So, and Kobe is one of the players that I would say that I remember being one of the first people to be a hard shot and a bad shot taker. Could he make the shot? Sure. But he's one of one. He's one of one. It's just like, if there's no Kobe, I know a lot of people give credit to Steph Curry for, shooting. So you're always gonna link him to a Ray Allen or a Reggie Miller, or Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf or Chris Jackson. But you could actually say that a lot of the shots that he ended up taking are hard shots, are bad shots. And that has more Kobe in it than anything, because the willingness of teams and organizations to be able to allow for bad shots to be taken, that's just a whole different concept. That's like a wait for it. Like, we were in a wait for it society. It was like, what you see is what you get. Now it's like a wait for it. There were no cars that you if you see it in a different light, the color changes. Cheeseburger. All right. So if there are no more questions, we'll just I think we'll, you know what? For the new people who are here, thank you. If you have not had a stream team stream, then you don't know anything about this yet, and we're gonna try to have more of these. I don't know if stream team is what it's gonna be called. I don't even remember any of this, guys. I'm serious. I have this traumatic behavior where when something is painful, I just delete a lot of it. Like, I'm disconnected to it. So I have all of this stuff queued up that I don't know, because I've not even, you wouldn't believe, I have not touched this stuff. So let me see. Oh, I could have removed that. See? Could have removed that the whole time. Alright, so if you guys got a question for me, I'm gonna just play a video, then I'm gonna come back, and it just seems like that makes sense. I know you guys haven't seen any of these videos for a long time. I saw one early and I was kind of like, I was laughing like, this. It's been way too long. We got to get back, and we got to start making some content and some fun and bringing some life back into this, and rediscovering that original mission that I was here for.
It's Star Season, Night Edition. Let's go get some eggs. Ride with me.
Oh shit. Oh goddamn. I'm in the snow. Hold on. Ooh. I can't see. Oh. It's better be worth it. All these goddamn. It's kind of dark, but it's not really dark. Because I guess the reflection of the snow. But it's dark enough that I shouldn't be out here like this.
But it is Star Season. Let's get these eggs. It's Star Season, and we got eggs. Check me out in the nightly stream.
It ain't my fault you're not subscribed. Subscribe.
For the 2030 Winter Olympics. Let's do it.
But here by the fire we defy frost and storm. Ha-ha, we are warm and we have our heart's desire. For here's for good fellows and the beechwood and the bellows, and the cup is at the lip in the pledge of fellowship. Oh, here by the fire we
not seen that in at least 3 months. That was interesting.
What was interesting?
You want to come into the shot? Yeah, come into the shot. Cause you just, I love the way you talk, and then you expect me to talk to you and me to talk to the camera at the same time. Okay. You have a question for me before we go?
My back.
Your back. Just sit down. Yeah, it's possible. You have a question for me before we go? Nate says hi.
Hi.
You came up here to bother me. You must want to talk to me. How is it past midnight and I'm still awake?
You?
You.
Oh, I have to come for my medicine.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, we're gonna be getting out of here. We're gonna say goodnight. Well, what I'll do, I thought about it. I'm probably going to, the nights that I'm going to stream, I'm going to put the stream up early so that you could at least get a notification and it'll be up. So I'm not committing yet to what nights we're going to be on, but we do have to start coming back and we have to get used to being able to come here and the stream team to hang out and support those efforts. So I'm gonna get out of here. Thank you so much for the crew that came through. Shadow Black, hit me offline if you're still awake. It'd be nice to talk to you for a sec. Katie, Carolyn, I Am a Thing, Nate, even Daywalk came in there earlier. If I missed you, oh, Nikki D's, I think that was everybody. Shadow Black, Shadow. Alright. Yeah, and this is for Mick the, oh yeah, Mick the Pick too.
Sucker for love, baby.
Peace.